Where else would you rather be than a room full of Penn Staters? Good evening, I'm Paul Clifford, CEO of the Penn State Alumni Association, and I'm excited to be here to honor our outstanding volunteers. Tonight's honorees have emerged as examples that we share as symbols of our best. That's why this year we've included the awards ceremony as part of the ALC conference to bring everyone together and make it part of the conference agenda. Our Alumni Leadership Connections program is a key component to the stories of impact you'll hear tonight. This program has been enhanced over the years thanks to the generous support of two Penn State graduates and philanthropists, Jim and Kathleen Stengel. The transformative endowment that they created in 2014 strengthens the Alumni Association's programs that support Penn State alumni volunteer leaders across the nation. These awards are a direct reflection of the Stengel Family commitment to the development and training of our volunteer leaders. Tonight's awards program would not be possible without the ongoing year-long work and efforts of the awards committee who selected tonight's honorees. We thank these dedicated volunteers for their service in selecting our recipients. And I know we have a couple of members of the awards committee. If you are a member of that committee, please stand to be recognized if you're able, or wave. All right, we're going to begin with the Engagement with Young Alumni Award, which is presented to an affiliate group that develops programs and events that encourages the recruitment and participation of young alumni. Tonight, we honor the Philadelphia chapter. Last summer, the Philadelphia chapter hosted an event at a Phillies game. The event attracted more than 35 young alumni, a significant increase from the chapter's previous sporting event socials, and a fundraising component was added in that raised more than $350 for the chapter scholarship. The event allowed the chapter to engage a more diverse crowd and at the same time support the local Philadelphia community. By creating an environment that is welcoming and engaging to young alumni, the chapter has grown and increased its vibrancy. The chapter's outreach to young alumni has also helped to increase the Alumni Association's visibility and reputation among this demographic. Congratulations to the Philadelphia chapter. Here to accept the award on the chapter's behalf is their president, Shane White. Shane?
I talk, all right. They put me as first because I'm the guinea pig, and I've been limited to 2 minutes. So I won't overcomplicate the speech, but I just want to say that this event, although simple, right, engaging with the local sporting events, sometimes you don't have to overcomplicate it to get young alumni involved, right? We should ask them what they want to do, how they want to connect with other Penn State alumni in the community, and that's exactly what we did, right? And we were able to reach over 35 people. And then this past year, just 2 weeks ago, we held the event with the Greater Philadelphia, which included the suburban chapters, and we sold over 90 tickets. So it is growing year on year, and we are excited that it is reaching the audience that we intended it to reach. So thank you to the committee, and thank you, Paul. Awesome, thank you.
All right, another round of applause for the Philadelphia chapter. Our next award is the Professional Development Award, which is presented to a group which offers exceptional professional development programs to help alumni grow and advance in their professional careers. This year's award recognizes the Landscape Architecture Affiliate Program Group. The group's mentorship program has been an instrumental tool in fostering meaningful connections between alumni and students, and it has helped shape the career paths of many emerging landscape architecture professionals. This year-long program allows ample time for mentors and mentees to let them get to know each other, set goals, and work towards achieving them. One of the most notable aspects of this program is its focus on diversity and inclusion. The program has been designed to ensure that students from all backgrounds have equal access. This includes providing support to students who face many barriers to their success, such as low-income students and students from underrepresented communities, through intentional partnerships with alumni who are best equipped to advise and relate to those students. Congratulations to the Landscape Architecture Affiliate Program Group. Here to accept the award on the group's behalf is Terry Brightman. Terry?
Hello. I'd like to thank the Alumni Association for this recognition. We are a very small but eager group of professionals, and we set out in our professional work to create spaces for people to enjoy and feel welcome, from plazas to playgrounds to parks. And we similarly want to foster those same kind of spaces within our offices and for our students, because the students of today are our coworkers of tomorrow. So we find this program to be incredibly beneficial as we can help set the standard for students to understand what they're going to get into, and it helps us to understand who's going to be joining us as the person at the desk next to us. So we've really enjoyed doing this program for almost 10 years now. We get more than half of the students in the department to participate. And it's been fun. As now coordinator of the program, I've had the opportunity to mentor the students, and for anyone who doesn't do it now, I recommend that you find some great students to engage with, because you'll learn as much from them as they learn from you. Thank you.
Excellent. Congratulations. Just be careful. There we go. All right, once again, another round of applause for the Landscape Architecture Affiliate Program Group. Up next is the Scholarship Development Award. This award was created to recognize efforts specifically targeted to raising money in support of student scholarships. Our award recipient is the Hampton Roads chapter. The chapter's 2022 annual meeting in Spring Fling featured a silent auction featuring a wealth of Penn State memorabilia donated by Ted Dempsey, a 1959 graduate. Proceeds from the silent auction were designated for the Don and Rosemarie Anderson Endowed Scholarship. Chapter board members Jan Dungan and Catherine Barrett met Mr. Dempsey at his Virginia Beach home to see his collection. They saw a collectible model football team bus, vintage pennants, a Joe Paterno serving tray, license plates, and the iconic 1986 National Champions Coca-Cola bottle. Because of Ted's generosity to the silent auction, they nearly raised $1,800, the most money the chapter has ever raised for the scholarship at any one event. Congratulations to the Hampton Roads chapter, and here to accept the award on the chapter's behalf is Lisa Smith. Lisa?
Okay, just to clarify everything, I am the Lisa Smith, because there's a lot of us around, so just want to let you know. I want to tell you a few things. First of all, everybody's probably saying, unless you've been in the military, what is Hampton Roads? So Hampton Roads is southeastern Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, all the way over to Williamsburg and down to the North Carolina border. We're also the home to NATO, the world's largest naval base, and every branch of a military. So if anybody's military in the audience, raise your hand, because thank you very much for all your work. So based on that, we have a lot of movements of members coming in and out, and we're fortunate to have a lot of our members come back home. Ted Dempsey was one of them. Captain Ted Dempsey was one of them. We focus very strongly on scholarship. Being an out-of-state chapter, we really focus on the students, the applicants, and their families and the parents who are going to make a sacrifice to come here. So scholarship is extremely important to us, as it is probably to all of you guys. So we make a priority of that. On behalf of my chapter members and all the alumni and all the members of the Hampton Roads chapter, thank you very much for this award. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So there are stairs on either side of the stage, if you would like to use those. We paid for them, so we might as well use them. Our next award is the Outstanding Service Project Award, which recognizes the outstanding efforts of our affiliate groups for giving back to their communities through local or national service projects. This year, we're pleased to present the award to the Center County chapter. The Center County chapter, yes, a round of applause. Center County chapter. The Center County chapter was working closely with the Blue and White Society to promote further engagement between our alumni and the students. They decided to do a Pack the Pantry cereal drive. The purpose would be to collect cereal, which would then be divided between the Lions Pantry on the University Park campus and the State College Area Food Bank. Thanks to the generosity of the chapter members and the student organizations, more than 200 boxes of cereal were donated to the State College Food Bank and Lions Pantry. The chapter also presented the State College Food Bank with several $100s in cash donations collected from their April happy hour. Interestingly, the State College Food Bank had just run out of cereal that day on the day they delivered, so the timing couldn't have been better. The students made the delivery to the Lions Pantry and were met with the same enthusiastic response. Congratulations to the Center County chapter. Here to accept the award on the chapter's behalf is Kathy Hume. Kathy?
Oh my goodness. Thanks to the Alumni Association and to all of our chapter members that are here. As a chapter, we're fortunate to work with the Blue-White Society here really closely. They're always a little fly by the seat of your pants, so there's, we plan and they're last minute, but we can usually pull it together at the end and they always come through, so we have a lot of laughs, but we love working with them. I certainly encourage all of you, there's a Blue-White Society in every Commonwealth campus that would probably be happy to have you reach out and do similar activities with them. So thank you very much, Paul, and that's it.
Yeah, congratulations. Congratulations, thanks, Pat. All right, congrats again to the Center County chapter. A big fan group over here has emerged. All right, our next award is the Joint Activity Award, created to recognize collaborative efforts of 2 or more alumni groups. This year, the award goes to the Nice College of Nursing Alumni Society, the Barron Alumni Society, and SNAP, the Student Nurses Association of Pennsylvania at Barron. Last summer, the Nice College of Nursing Alumni Society, the Barron Alumni Society, and SNAP held a speed networking ice cream social at Penn State Barron. I'm going to imagine that the networking was speed, not the eating of the ice cream. Be a lot of brain freezes there. The event had 13 alumni and nearly 50 students, plus faculty and staff in attendance. In a speed networking style event, the group circulated the room every 8 minutes, learning more about each other's Penn State experiences. The event was described as uplifting after the year of remote teaching. They also remarked how inspiring it felt to connect in person with nursing alumni. As a result of the event, the Nice College Alumni Society even gained a new board member. Congratulations to the Nice College of Nursing Alumni Society, the Barron Alumni Society, and SNAP. Here to accept the award for the 3 groups is Kristen Comstock from the Barron Alumni Society and Kim Raines from the Nice College of Nursing Alumni Society.
here. Hi there, this is Kim. When you have students that have been learning remotely, feeling isolated, and on the one hand, and you have alum out in the field at many levels in nursing who are feeling a little exhausted, stressed and strained post-COVID, or in the months after the acute pandemic, you know, what do you do to help both groups feel good and get them together, have an alumni networking event? And it worked. And I gotta tell you, it was such an honor to feel the joy, to see what happens, magic, right? When you get alumni together with students, and there's that giving back, and there was a lot of that night. And that was so wonderful to be a part of, and I'm so grateful to the 3 groups up here that helped make this event possible. And I hope we can make it an annual event. So it's good stuff. So thank you to the Alumni Association for the recognition. Thank you.
Thanks. Congratulations. All right. Congrats to those 3 great organizations. We'll continue by recognizing 2 of our honorees in this year's 5 individual categories. For those honors, please help me welcome Penn State Alumni Association President Anand Ganjam. Anand?
All right. I followed the instructions too. I used the stairs. Good evening, everyone. It's so good to see all of you. To answer Paul's favorite question, especially on a night like tonight, there is absolutely no place I would rather be than a room full of Penn Staters. Yes. I want to join Paul in welcoming everyone to this year's Volunteer Awards. We hope you are enjoying the night and feel inspired by the efforts of our fellow Penn Staters. There's a lot of things that make Penn State special to me, but one of the things that has always stood out to me is the passion and the loyalty of our alumni. And tonight's award recipients are incredible examples of that. You are the reason that we have the largest and most powerful alumni association in the world. You are the reason that we are making an impact for over 174,000 Alumni Association members and over 775,000 living alumni. And for that, we could not be more grateful. Our first individual award tonight is the result of the generosity of a wonderful couple that is dedicated to Penn State. And that award this evening is the Mark and Carol Pobletti Award for Alumni Leadership Development. We're thrilled that both Mark and Carol are here with us tonight. Mark and Carol, stand up. Let's recognize you. Carol and Mark both performed in the Penn State Marching Blue Band as students, and both continue to support Penn State, evident by their membership in the Alumni Blue Band's AIG. The award they've endowed recognizes an individual volunteer at Penn State for their role in mentoring, supporting, encouraging, and providing guidance and motivation in the development of emerging alumni volunteer leaders' interests, passions, and personal circumstances. The inaugural recipient of the 2023 Mark and Carol Pobletti Award for Alumni Leadership Development is Karen Paletta. We will have a video of Karen shortly here. Karen is a Collegiate Alumni Interest Group board member, and through that role, she conceived and launched the AIG's Alumni Student Mentoring Program. Paletta, a 1985 Penn State graduate, had built on her tenure as a daily collegian business representative to forge a successful 30-year career managing financial services businesses. She knew how much students needed personal connections, both with each other and with alumni who shared similar experiences during their formative years. Paletta recruited members of the collegiate alumni community who, like her, were well aware of the challenges that Penn State students sometimes face. These collegiate alumni stepped forward in a big way to support collegiate students at a crucial time. Paletta enlisted more than 40 collegiate alumni to volunteer to serve as mentors for members of the newspaper's staff. Meanwhile, eager collegiate staffers were seeking guidance and insight from experienced advisors. They found all of that in this AIG's mentoring program. Let's meet Karen Plata, the inaugural recipient of the Mark and Carol Poblete Award for Alumni Leadership Development.
Hello, my name is Karen Plata, and I'm a 1985 graduate of the School of Communications. It's my honor to accept the Mark and Carol Poblete Award for Alumni Leadership Development. I'm humbled to be selected and am proud of the work done along with my colleagues in the Collegiate Alumni Interest Group to develop mentoring programs where collegiate alumni and current collegiate students can connect and collaborate. I look forward to continuing to work on behalf of current students along with my fellow alums, and I'm very grateful for the recognition.
Our next individual award tonight is the Joan M. McLean Recent Alumna Award. The Joan M. McLean Recent Alumnus Award was endowed by Joan McLean, a 1994 graduate and an active volunteer serving the Alumni Association. In 2004, Joan received the Alumni Association's Recent Alumna Award, the very honor that now bears her name. We are indebted to Joan for her support and volunteerism, which is an example to alumni everywhere. The recipient of the 2023 Joan M. McLean Recent Alumni Award is Caitlin Brennan. We will also have a video of Caitlin. Caitlin has provided exemplary volunteer service to Penn State, the Penn State Alumni Association, and to the Orange County and Inland Empire Area Chapter located in California. Caitlin's service started before she even went to Penn State, since her father joined the chapter's board while she was in high school. Naturally, Caitlin attended many local chapter events with her parents, who are still both very active in the chapter. In 2013, she graduated with degrees in both supply chain and information systems and in economics. After spending 6 years living in New York, she returned to California in 2019 and immediately became involved with the chapter. Caitlin has served as president of the Orange County and Inland Empire Area Chapter for the last 2 years. In her work as a young chapter leader, she inspires other young alumni to take lead as well. To increase attendance at the chapter's annual student send-off, she personally contacted many students to energize them about their upcoming Penn State journey. Let's meet Caitlin Brennan, the 2023 Joan M. McLean Recent Alumni Award.
I'm honored to receive the Joan M. McLean Recent Alumni Award. I met Joan through the Orange County and Inland Empire chapter while I was in my first year at Penn State. Knowing what an amazing volunteer and Penn Stater she is makes this distinction extra special. I'd like to thank the Penn State Alumni Association and the Orange County and Inland Empire chapter for their support, the opportunity to volunteer, and to continue to be an active member of the Penn State community, despite living about 2,500 miles away. I'm grateful to Camille Mestit, a close member of my Penn State family, for her nomination letter. I would also like to give special thanks to the late Dick Janser, who founded our chapter in the 80s. My family knew Dick since I was a child through church. When he discovered I was going to Penn State, he informed us of the chapter scholarship, to which I applied and ended up winning. He got my parents involved in the chapter while I was away at school, and convinced me to join the board when I moved back to California. Were it not for him, I may not have the privilege of receiving this award tonight. It truly is an honor, and I am so humbled and grateful to be acknowledged by the Penn State Alumni Association in this way. Thank you. We are!
All right, congratulations again to Caitlin. We will take a brief intermission. I'm being told to encourage everybody here to take advantage of the 1 and 2 bars that we have around here in the meantime. We will be back promptly at 7 p.m. Thanks, everyone.
So we're going to continue our program with 4 more group awards, and then we'll close the evening by recognizing alumni in 3 individual categories. Next up is the Fundraising Award, which recognizes those who have raised money to support a variety of initiatives across the Penn State community. This year's honoree is the Florida Gulf Coast Chapter. Congratulations to the Florida Gulf Coast Chapter. Let's take a look at the video with Chapter President Nick Bocci, as he tells us more about the efforts along the Florida Gulf Coast.
Good evening and greetings from the Sunshine State. My name is Nick Bocci, president of the Florida Gulf Coast chapter of the Alumni Association. While we regret that we cannot be with you in person tonight, we are thankful for the association in coordinating our video acceptance. It's my distinct privilege to accept this year's Penn State Alumni Association Group Volunteer Award for fundraising on behalf of the Florida Gulf Coast chapter. I would like to take a moment and thank all of those who were involved in the selection process for this award, but moreover, I want to thank the countless alumni, both locally and abroad, who contributed to what we now refer to as our bi-week donation drive. On September 28, 2022, Florida was hit with Hurricane Ian, the deadliest and costliest storm in history. In just 70 days, we marked the one-year anniversary of Ian's landfall, and the storm's destruction can still be seen throughout the Florida coast. But recovery from that storm has been made easier for some because of the generosity of Penn State alumni. Using the football team's bye week to our advantage, our members coordinated and implemented a donation drive at the usual location for our football watch parties. But instead of coming out and cheering on Nick Singleton for a 50-yard rushing touchdown, our alumni came out and donated relief items, ranging from non-perishable food to clothing, cases of water, and emergency supplies. So many items were donated that we needed a U-Haul box truck to transport it all. Then the next day, in cooperation with our sister chapter in Naples, those donations went to resupply an elementary school classroom which had been converted into an emergency supply shelter for storm victims. To date, our chapter has collected over $1,000 in hurricane relief contributions, in addition to the supplies that had been donated. However, none of this would have been possible without the generosity of our alumni. Being involved with this drive personally, I was able to witness firsthand the compassion and dedication of our alumni in a time of such loss. These values taught at Penn State are the reason why our alumni are so loyal and caring. Shapeless in the hands of fate, thou didst mold us, dear old state. Those words rang true the days immediately following Ian. I cannot again begin to express how grateful we are here at the Florida Gulf Coast chapter. I want to thank you again for this honor and recognition. Our chapter will truly remember this forever. Thank you again, and congratulations to all of the other award winners this year. For the glory, we are Penn State.
All right, congratulations again to the Florida Gulf Coast chapter. Our next award is the Ned Brockloff Award for Alumni Association Affiliate Group Innovation. Before we proceed, I'd like to recognize and thank Ned for his ongoing generosity, leadership, and support of the Alumni Association and our awards program. His generosity in endowing this award ensures that new opportunities and different events can stay vibrant as groups challenge themselves to think of the next great idea. Ned is here tonight with Ned and his wife Suzanne. So big round of applause for the Brockloffs. Tonight we have the honor of recognizing the Upper Chesapeake chapter. Last summer, the Upper Chesapeake chapter partnered with the Bel Air Downtown Alliance by becoming the benefiting nonprofit for the Bel Air First Friday event, described as Harford County's best block party. In return for 15 Penn State volunteers, the chapter received 100% of the tips donations generated from the event. The chapter chose to allocate all the donations raised to their Thon Fund. The chapter promoted Thon by talking to attendees at the event as well as posting informational ads. A few days after the event, a representative emailed the chapter to congratulate and summarize their efforts of doubling the expected fundraising with more than $1,100 raised. Congratulations to the Upper Chesapeake chapter. Here to accept the award on behalf of the chapter is Travis Buffington. Travis?
He's thanking me for using the steps. No, thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. No, I'm happy to be here. I'm very grateful to be here. Yeah, this was the first time we'd ever done this event. Very, very happy that we got enough volunteers to do it. Very thankful for my wife and the rest of our board for coming out and supporting the event, as well as the other chapter members that we had come out. As Paul had mentioned, it was a very successful event. This happened to be just like post-COVID, one of the first Bel Air First Fridays that was being put on. The May one got shut down due to weather. So we were in June, and I mean, it was the biggest turnout they've ever had for that event in recent memory for the volunteers that actually set up in the Bel Air Downtown Alliance. So it was a very successful event. We wanted to make sure that the community, we're in Maryland, if anybody didn't know, since Upper Chesapeake. But we want to make sure the Maryland community knew that we were there to support Thon. Everybody can get behind, fighting childhood cancer. We wanted to make sure we weren't trying to be, going for a student scholarship. While that's very important to us, we want to make sure the community in Maryland knew, Penn State, Thon, that's what's really important to us in that chapter, being in a state that thinks there are rivals. But, but anyway, very thankful. Thank you to Paul. Thank you to the Penn State Alumni Association and the committee for selecting us. I guess one last note I'll put out there, because the Penn Staters will love it. Part of our duties during the event was to pour beer. We were doing all the service for everybody that was at the event, selling the drink tickets, all that. Afterwards, we had a couple drinks with the people that owned the beer truck. We were commented as being the best beer pours they have ever had at any event. Thank you, everybody. We are.
All right, our next award is the Fellowship and Networking Award, which recognizes groups whose programs and events are typically of a social nature and provide alumni an outlet to gather together to interact with each other in a relaxed and fun environment. This year's recipient is the Graduate School Alumni Society. They know how to party. Last year, the Graduate School Alumni Society celebrated its 25th anniversary. When the board's committee members began discussing ways to commemorate this milestone, they decided to host a new event with the goal of building greater fellowship among Penn State's graduate school's alumni community. The society traditionally has done an excellent job programming to engage with graduate students through professional development and networking programs to connect alumni with current graduate students through the society. Though the society has never hosted an event specifically to engage with graduate alumni, the society hosted an alumni tailgate in November of 2022 at the Bryce Jordan Center. The response from alumni was fantastic. 135 people attended the event, and many want to return again. Congratulations to the Graduate School Alumni Society, and here to accept the award on their behalf, it's deja vu all over again, Kathy Hume, representing another affiliate group.
That's what happens when you can't say no.
Oh, you just want it?
No.
Reaching for it.
It's interesting because a lot of you have done tailgates over and over again for your groups, but the thing that is most important about this is that this really was the first ever event the Graduate School Alumni Society has done as outreach to its own alumni. So it was really, I think, unexpected for a lot of our alumni, and as Paul said, so well received. So we're very grateful that it was such a big success, and we intend to do it every year. I do want to mention a special thank you to Jen Tice, Lisa Carper, and Heidi, who's not here. They are the staff, and Jen is the DAR of the graduate school, and without them, it never would have taken place. So kudos to our great representatives, and thank you to the Alumni Association.
Thank you. Take another picture? Yeah. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Once again, congratulations to the Graduate School Alumni Society. And Kathy Hume, she's really like raking in all the awards this year. She's going to be the big winner. All right. The next award, our final group category, is the Tracy and Rick Regal Pinnacle Event Excellence Award. Consideration for this award is given to Alumni Association affiliate groups that built an event from the ground up and worked to grow the event year after year, ultimately reaching the pinnacle of success. This year's award honors the Alumni Blue Band Association Affiliate Program Group. For nearly 60 years, alumni of the Penn State Marching Blue Band have returned to University Park to perform as part of Penn State's annual homecoming festivities. Each fall, hundreds of Blue Band alumni spanning the decades reunite for a weekend of camaraderie, celebration, and nostalgia. The Alumni Blue Band Association's homecoming activities have expanded to serve a purpose beyond reconnecting its members. The group also raises much-needed funds to support the current students and staff of the Penn State Athletic Bands program. In partnership with Intercollegiate Athletics, the College of Arts and Architecture, and the Penn State Alumni Association, the group has raised more than $250,000 for the Blue Band in just the last decade, ensuring that future generations of Blue Band members will continue to have the same exceptional experience. While the COVID-19 pandemic impacted the Alumni Blue Band's ability to participate in person during the 2020 homecoming game, the passion and dedication of its members ensured that opportunities for reunion and reconnection would continue. A virtual trivia night, reception, and the first annual virtual 5K served as alternative options until the Alumni Band was able to return to the field in 2021, albeit in a limited capacity. The Alumni Band returned to full strength in 2022, once again welcoming home 350 members. Congratulations to the Alumni Blue Band Association Affiliate Program Group. Here to accept the award on behalf of the group is Mark Pobletti. Mark?
And friends.
And friends.
This is really a team effort. We want to start by thanking the awards committee for selecting the Alumni Blue Band for this honor, and to the Regal family for establishing this award. We also want to thank Dr. Drain, Dr. Bundy, Dr. Deal, and all of the staff of the Athletic Bands program, both past and present, who help make homecoming such a special experience for hundreds of our returning alumni every year. I'm joined here tonight with some of our fellow volunteers, Carol, Johanna, and Julia, and we represent the countless others who put in countless hours preparing and ensuring that when our alumni come back every year, they have the best possible experience to relive the glory days, both on the field at Beaver Stadium and occasionally maybe a little bit slower, and off the field throughout the weekend. We're especially grateful for the support of the Alumni Association for our participation in homecoming. We look forward to performing right out there at the Alumni Center every Friday afternoon before the parade, not just because of the ice cream. And even when we had to push pause on things 3 years ago, the Alumni Association was there to help guide us through all of that uncertainty and help us understand what a successful virtual event could look like. And then a year later, welcomed many of us back as we came back to campus and began to return to some sort of normalcy under the banner of Dear Old State. Now, we know that we also represent the dozens of volunteers who came before us and helped reestablish and establish our reunion as the flagship event for Blue Band alumni. We think that that's really what Tracy and Rick meant when they envisioned the concept of a pinnacle event. And if you'll indulge me for a second, that's why I love that the Alumni Association chose to shift the award ceremony to coincide with this year's volunteer conference. Every single one of you here today shares in that mission to give Penn Staters the opportunity to stay engaged with their university in the ways that are most special to them. I have no doubt that a future Pinnacle Event Award winner exists in this room tonight, somewhere among the discussions you're having with each other, the connections that you're making, the knowledge that you're sharing with each other, and the ideas that you're building. That's because I know many of you, and I know how strong your commitment is to making your own affiliate groups the best they can be. It's that commitment that fuels everything we do at the Alumni Blue Band, and it's why we're so incredibly thankful to be a part of this community of volunteers, as together we continue to raise that song now and forever for dear old state. Thank you.
Somebody hold it. Somebody hold it. Are you kidding me? All right, take 3 steps forward. Okay. Oh, wow. I'm sure it's all good. Here, Joanna. Okay. This is so awkward.
We got it? Okay.
Take that. I don't need it. All right, once again, congratulations to the Alumni Blue Band Association affiliate group. You'd think we would have been able to organize that picture a lot better for people who kind of march in real precision, but maybe next year. Maybe next year. You know, I'd like to extend a congratulations to all of our group recipients. In a minute, I'm going to call Anand Gandram back up here to present our final individual awards, but I hope you found some inspiration in the recipients that we have recognized tonight, so much so that I hope that you all will consider nominating your group or another alumni group for one of these awards. It's nominations from alumni volunteers like you that keeps our awards program strong. And so I encourage you all to find a great program and nominate them next year. So Anand, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, hello everyone. Thank you again, Paul, for that. And I know we're coming on the home stretch here, but I just wanted to, I was told not to go off script, but I do real quick. I just want to thank thank Paul and his incredible team for all of the work that they do to put these events together. It's admirable how much they do for our lives, so thank you. All right, back on script. So our next award tonight is the Philip Mitchell Alumni Service Award. The Philip Mitchell Alumni Service Award recognizes an individual who has significantly contributed to the area of public service by sharing or volunteering his or her time, talent, and resources on behalf of the university. Philip Mitchell, a 1943 journalism graduate, endowed this Alumni Service Award in 1981. The 2023 Philip Mitchell Alumni Service Award recognizes Joel Reed. Joel is a 1982 Penn State graduate of the College of Earth and Mineral Sciences and lives in Denver, Colorado. One of his nominators wrote, "Joel's commitment and dedication to Penn State is nothing short of amazing. His work ethic, thoughtful approach, and big picture thinking has been instrumental in the design or redesign of numerous programs and projects. He serves as a positive role model to students, faculty, and fellow alumni with every interaction." Let's take a look at the video to hear more from Joel about his service to Penn State.
Hello, I'm Joel Reed, a 1982 graduate of the Material Sciences and Engineering Department in the College of Earth and Mineral Sciences. My wife, Kim, who's a computer science and engineering major, and I met at Penn State, and we are proud alumni residing in Denver, Colorado. So when Rick Abeg, a previous Philip Award winner, and Colleen Swetland, the EMS Alumni Relations Manager, asked us to serve the college and university as volunteers, we enthusiastically agreed. As a member and eventual leader of both the Graduates of Earth and Mineral Sciences Alumni Board and the EMS Development Council over the last 13 years, I am fortunate to be a part of action-oriented volunteer organizations that have executed on delivering a number of PSAA award-winning alumni engagement programs that include helping to redesign and staff with alumni and material sciences course, delivering numerous seminar events for alumni highlighting the impact of generous contributions and leading-edge research, initiating and staffing a student mentoring program, engaging the alumni community to gather input for the college's 5-year strategic plan, assisting Dean Kump, and working with Chris Breida and the EMS Development Council to help reshape and now lead that already successful organization. Finally, my wife and I were honored to be the foundation contributors for naming labs during the Stengel building renovation, where we got to name a lab in honor of my father, Paul Reed. All these programs focused on increasing alumni engagement with the college, and it has certainly been a very active time in our lives. I'm honored by this recognition. My wife and I are thrilled with the relationships we have built and excited about the direction of the college and the university. Thanks again to the GEMS Board and the Development Council, and specifically to Rick and Colleen and Chris and Dean Kump, who have made this investment of our time, our talent, and our treasure so very worthwhile.
All right. Congratulations again to Joel. Our next award is the Kay and Ernie Salvino Volunteer of the Year Award. The Kay and Ernie Salvino Volunteer of the Year Award was endowed by the Salvinos in 2013. This special Penn State couple met during their senior year here at University Park at sensitivity training for leaders of student organizations. Kay is an alumna from the College of Health and Human Development, and she served as the 78th president of our Alumni Association. Ernie is a graduate of Penn State's College of Liberal Arts. In addition to both of them being dedicated volunteers for the Penn State Alumni Association, the Salvinos are generous to the university and the entire Penn State community. The Salvinos exemplify what it means to be proud Penn Staters, giving of their time, talents, and treasures. And they are here tonight in the back. Let's give them a round of applause. This award is given to a volunteer who has also provided exemplary service to Penn State and the Penn State Alumni Association, like the Salvinos. It is my pleasure to announce the 2023 Kay and Ernie Salvino Volunteer of the Year Award winner as Judy Wolf. Judy Wolf wears many hats and is known as the go-to person for all things Penn State in and around the Orange County and the Inland Empire area chapter. She's the former president and current secretary of the chapter now. She immerses herself in everything Penn State. Judy's nominator wrote, "Judy is always volunteering her time, talent, and knowledge to all alumni, students, and parents to promote the we, not me, philosophy of Penn State. She shows up without being asked and ends up with successful outcomes. She is also a Penn State mom and a Penn State nana." Let's take a look at the video to meet Judy Wolf.
What a lovely surprise this is. I'm so happy to be above sea level visiting Penn State. This is a great honor. I humbly accept the 2023 Kay and Ernie Salvino Volunteer of the Year Award on behalf of all alumni, and especially chapter leaders who do so much for Penn State every year. People who know me may think I volunteer to get out of work, but I love representing Penn State by giving back in many different ways. I volunteer because I can. I especially love meeting people of all ages who inspire me to do more. You're never too old to show your Penn State pride by helping others. I know I am not alone in my efforts. I want to thank the Penn State Alumni Association for recognizing volunteers every year, Kay and Ernie Salvino for their generous endowment, my own Orange County Inland Empire area chapter, board and members, Dick Bundy, Isabel Sart, and Alicia Price for supporting my nomination, and my immediate Penn State family, my sister Pat, class of '66, and my son David, class of '94, who is still a great Lion ambassador. This fall, my grandson Mason will become third generation Penn State. We are!
That was awesome. Congratulations again to Judy. All right, well, last but not least, our final award in the individual category is the K. David Widener Diversity Award. The K. David Widener Diversity Award was endowed by and named for an alumnus who has championed diversity and inclusion to make sure that all Penn Staters are welcome in the Penn State family. It recognizes someone who has significantly contributed to fostering diversity at Penn State and the Alumni Association. The recipient of the 2023 K. David Widener Diversity Award is Dr. Layla Farzam. Layla is a 3-time graduate of Penn State Altoona, and this year she finished her second 3-year term on Alumni Council, chairing the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. Throughout her educational journey, Layla experienced the support of many university philanthropists, which allowed her to focus entirely on her education. Now, she feels it is her duty to continue that commitment for future generations. Today, her volunteerism has morphed into leadership roles on 5 different university committees, including serving as an elected member on Alumni Council and the chair of Council's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. Layla has been instrumental in creating open dialogue with volunteer leaders about the Alumni Association's DEIB efforts and how the organization's volunteer leaders can be helpful to the University and Alumni Association in their efforts to create a welcoming institution for all Penn Staters. She has pushed the organization to weave DEIB into everything that we do. She helped craft the Alumni Association's adopted diversity survey and helped develop engagement opportunities for our volunteer leaders. Layla has been and is a trusted advisor to staff and volunteers alike, and the Alumni Association is far better off because of her commitment and volunteerism. It's my honor to congratulate my good friend Layla Farzam on receiving the 2023 K. David Widener Diversity Award.
Good evening. Thank you for this great honor. It has been one of the most rewarding experiences to lead some of the DEI efforts at Penn State. For those that are engaged in this type of work, you know the passion that comes with it. At its core, the work is forever evolving. It takes trust, courage, curiosity, and hope to continue making an impact for the next generation, which at times means exploring new concepts, engaging in difficult dialogue, and listening to individual experiences with openness and understanding. I am so proud and humbled by the conversations that have taken place over the past couple of years, many in this room. Every year, our conversations have expanded in depth, and I am so excited to see what the future holds for this organization. Thank you to the amazing Penn State community for your willingness to really dig deep in conversation about really complex topics. We had moments of happiness, exploration, and at times sadness. But time after time again, we come together to make change happen. I will conclude by thanking a couple people and getting to embarrass them since you did that to me. So of course, I will start with Paul Clifford. Thank you for being such an amazing leader to this organization. I continue to be in awe of your dedication to DE&I. After many DEI conversations that we have, Paul has invested his own personal time to reach out to alumni to gain feedback and talk through experiences. Not only does Paul really care about this work, he has fostered a rock star team, many around the room, that have embodied this work within their organizational DNA, and you don't see many leaders doing that. To past presidents Randy Houston and Kelly Lynch, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to lead the DEI committee over the past 2 years. You both shared this contagious energy and passion that allows our Penn State community to be super authentic. The empathetic leadership that this entire place gives helps lead the path forward, and I have no doubt that the next round of leadership will expand the great work that has been done. And to my nominator who's in the room, thank you very much for your wonderful words and recognition. We are Penn State.
Congratulations again to Layla, and congratulations to all of our honorees tonight. I also want to thank all of the generous alumni who've made these endowments and these awards possible. Our award winners represent the absolute best of our alma mater. On behalf of the Penn State Alumni Association, I'd like to thank you for your time and energy that you give to your fellow alumni, to your communities, to this university, and to the Penn State Alumni Association. So, as we always do, I'm going to ask everybody to stand up before we go. Please join us in singing the alma mater. Thank you.